Six things women always check for in a man before having sex with him. Oh, now these are normally done by a woman who is serious into you, wants to get into a serious relationship that might even later turn into a marriage. Okay. However, if this is a woman who is just all about, getting money from you, she just wants to, get financial benefit from you, she just wants to enjoy your joystick, she wants to, have pleasure, then she cannot waste her time going through checks. Okay. So if a woman is seriously into you, then she will always make sure that she checks these six things from you before she gets down to business with you. Okay. Well, hi, welcome to the Men's Love Zone. My name is Palm Oil, aka GCP, and here I talk about all to do with love, sex, and relationship, especially for you, my man. So make sure to watch this video up until the end, because trust me, it is worth. The very first thing that most women would check for in a man before having sex with him, of course, especially if it's a serious woman who wants to get into a serious relationship, would be the size of his joystick. Now, I know most of you will be like, Pam, wait a minute. Now, if she does not get to business with this man, then how is she even going to know the size of his joystick? Now, when a woman wants to find out something, trust me, she will do all it takes to get that information. Okay. Now, for starters, women have this mentality or this crazy idea that they can judge a man's joystick size based on his physical height and based on the height or the size of his fingers. Surprise, right? Now, I know this is not accurate. I know it's not 100% because these are just assumptions. And in as much as, somehow maybe 50%, this always works, but it is not 100%. I mean, I personally have ever gone down to business with, a fat guy, a short guy. And even as we went to the game, in my head I was like, oh my goodness, Pam, what are you even doing with this guy? It's all a wastage of time. But trust you me, bro, I was surprised, I was shocked, because boy, he had a reasonable size and it was actually awesome. I mean, I enjoyed it to the fullest. So it's not true that a man's joystick size can be judged or can be estimated based on his height and the fingers, but it is what it is. For the women, that is how they do it. And for women who are more curious, they would also want to further confirm. So what they would do is they would trick you, say, going out with them, and as you are out, they'll make sure that you take, some bottles so that you get a little tipsy. They put you in the mood for romance, and then before you know it, she'll get her hand into your pants or into your boxers, and before you know it, somehow she would have felt your joystick and she would have felt its. Check number two is the functionality. The functionality of your joystick. Now, number one, we've said the size. Number two, I'm talking of the functionality. Now, most men, when they know that they have an average size of a joystick, most times when it comes to the game, they'll relax. I mean, they assume just because it's big, they think it's all about dipping it into her juicy pot, and they think that would work, but that is where they go wrong. So most women, even after her finding out that you have a reasonable size, she would further want to know the functionality. And when it comes to confirming the functionality, it becomes more and more tricky, because one of the obvious ways, of course, would be a woman testing the joystick. Now remember, we are saying these are the things that she would want to do before officially starting to enjoy the guy's joystick. So what she would do probably is, again, try to find a way of you two getting to a place. Maybe you've gone for a party and then you're all tipsy, you've had a lot to drink, and somehow she'll start romancing you, and before you know it, she will reach out to your manhood and she'll try to feel it. And trust me, if this man is, a man who is normal, a man who is strong, then of course his joystick will rise, will start swelling. I mean, we all know what happens when you want to get into the mood. So somehow still this woman will be able to confirm the functionality, and she may further also maybe have a chat with you. Probably she'll want to find out whether you have kids, and if yes, then this will also help her confirm the functionality of your joystick. um Next, check number three that women would do before getting down to officially start having sex with you would be your marital status. Now, I'm not saying that if a woman finds out that you are in a relationship, I'm not saying that she necessarily will not want to get into that relationship. I mean, we all know that of late, women are more in population than the men. So somehow most women will find themselves getting into relationships with married men. However, they prefer to know this from day one or from the word go, other than getting into this relationship only to find out that you are married. And by then, most times it's too late. Probably you even have kids. Probably she has put in her emotions. She has invested time. So it becomes hard for her to pull out. So it's important for a woman to investigate, talk to you, and find out whether or not you are married. And based on the findings, she will still decide whether or not she wants to pull through this with you. Now, before we jump onto our remaining points of the day, this is the part in the video where I ask you guys to chill a little bit, take a chill pill, and help Ma grow her channel. Now, if you are watching me for the very first time, you are more than welcome and you're free to make this your home. Now, all you need to do is please subscribe to this channel, turn on the bell notifications so that each time I drop this kind of topic or content, you will be notified just like that. Okay? And if you already found this video entertaining, educative, how about you give it a thumbs up? How about you leave a comment in the comment box? Let me know what you think about this video, this topic, and above all, please help me share it with your friends and family, because when you do this, you actually help me grow and grow and grow and grow. Okay? Don't forget to subscribe. Next, fourth thing that women would want to check for in a man before getting down to eating him up would be your home and its surroundings. Now, the reason why we would want to know about your home is because we are just curious. I mean, we want to know how many people do you stay with? How many rooms do you have? I mean, if we are tomorrow to come for the game, I mean, do we be free when expressing ourselves in the other room, or do we have to be kind of reserved? I mean, it helps. And then about your surroundings, we also want to know, I mean, how close are your neighbors? Are they at a distance? Because, you know, they are those ladies like me who get so crazy when in the game. So at some point, you know, when the game becomes so intense and the enjoyment is excess, we might start, you know, screaming so loud. We might start, you know, praising your name so loud. So in the morning when we are walking out, the neighbors will be looking at us and we're like, oh my goodness, are they talking about how loud I was last night? You get. So that is why we would want to find out all these. I mean, if we know that the neighbors are so close, then we'll try to be as low tone as possible. And if we don't have any neighbors, then of course we would want to shout it to the rooftop. That is women for you. Next, check number 5 that a woman would do in a man before finally starting to enjoy your joystick would be your romantic game. I mean, how good are you when it comes to romance? Are you the kind of man who only rushes to pa 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 pa? Or are you the kind of man who will take enough time to prepare her, you know, grab her boobs and then start kissing her from head to toe as you whisper the sweet, sweet words into her ear? Because most women, of course, would love that. So this woman would try as much as possible to do some investigation, probably even as you go out on those, you know, dates. She'll try to put you in the mood for romance, and then she sees how you take it down. Okay, of course, if you are a guy who is romantic, you'll start even though you will not go into depth, but you'll try, you know, to caress her, to hold her, to peck her, all those are signs. But if you are the kind who just keep seated, you're so stiff, you're simply waiting for when to get home and you start, and then a woman may not want to push through with you. Lastly, the sixth check that most women would do before officially starting to enjoy your joystick would be your stamina. I mean, how good are you when it comes to drilling? How good are you when it comes to that game? Because the problem most of you do is that you want to drill her for 30 whole minutes, and by the time you get off her, she's almost collapsing. Now, that is uncalled for. Bro, that is uncalled for. What women want is someone who can, spend reasonable time romancing her, like we've said, point number 5, romance her. And then when it comes to the drill her for a reasonable time. It could be 20, 15 minutes, and then you chill, resume, and then chill, and then resume. That is what we call stamina. Stamina is not all about going throughout without a rest. Stamina is giving it to her in portions, I mean, reasonable portions, as long as she is enjoying it to the fullest. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. Guys, I'm sorry. You must have realized that I keep tapping on the screen. It's because today my lighting is so poor, but please bear with me. I'll have it rectified as soon as I can. Otherwise, thank you so much, guys, for watching. There you have it. Those are the 6 things that most women will do checks on before she finally accepts to be your it mate or your drill mate, however you want to call it. Okay, thank you so much, guys, for watching. I appreciate you for always coming back. And before you get off this video, please, if you found it educative, you found it entertaining, you found it helpful in one way or the other, please help me grow this channel by giving this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this topic, and above all, please share it with your friends and family. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe and let's grow together. Otherwise, I love you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.